Welcome to northwestern Ontario, which you can see whizzing through the window here. That's the .ca part of my channel name, and you, my scent brother, scent sister, my non-binary scent sibling, are the scent siblings part of that. I am Yulia Graham, and I'm going to talk to you about perfumes in my collection that I can't quit. Sleeping in my car. These are perfumes that I cannot quit. I did one about perfumes that won't leave me alone, that I don't own and will own even though I don't like them. These are perfumes in my collection that I cannot quit, but that I don't like them and I'm keeping them anyway. This is quite similar to the why I don't declutter video that I filmed recently, but it's a little bit different in that I want to tell you why these scents aren't working for me yet, but I know that they will. I know that they will. The first one we're gonna go with is just, let's just call it what it is. This is quite possibly one of the most unpopular perfume opinions that I have, because, folks, this is probably your favorite perfume on the planet. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Labelle, and I don't like it. I do not enjoy this fragrance a lot. There are times when it is tolerable to me. Historically, it has the 3 notes of pear, vetiver, and vanilla. And then on www.fragrantica.com, the fragrance website that I live on, then they did put in extra notes, I want to say, of leather floral notes. I get jasmine in there, folks. I get jasmine in there, and you know me. Have you met me? Let's sing the no, I don't like no jasmine. It's true, I don't enjoy jasmine or white flowers in general, and scooch. So what's happening in Labelle is that I get the jasmine. You know, BDK Pas Ce Soir, they have not much in common, but those two, to me, they smell similar, even though they're probably not, and I don't like either of them, and I cannot quit Jean Paul Gaultier Labelle. Part of the other reason, maybe you'll get a kick out of this. Listen, my mother is part fruit bat. I'm convinced of this. When I was a child, she worked as a welding inspector, and she used to take her little plastic black purse with her everywhere, slung over here, and she would go and inspect all the cars at the plant where she worked. And so she was always walking, and she needed her lunch accessible to her. So she would just put fruit into her bag, just whatever it was. And I cannot handle the scent of overly ripe fruit in any way, shape, or form, because I'm sure that the leather hung on to it, and I know that one of my mother's favorite fruits was pear, and so the pear note bothers me in that. And I have another fragrance that I don't love that also features a pear note that I can't do it. So Labelle from Jean Paul Gaultier is a perfume I can't quit. I can't quit thinking about it. I spritz it on from time to time in every season, and I just don't like it, and it's going nowhere. Another fragrance that I don't talk about very often, but I did mention it once in a flanker video, is my hair mist of Chance Eau Tendre. I don't like it. I don't like it. And this perfume screams to me. I remember Jeremy Fragrance saying that he was confused by how much he loved this fragrance. I am confused by how much I don't love this fragrance. And yet, because I have Eau Fraiche and just the Chance hair mist, I'm keeping it. So this does sound very much like the declutter, but these are fragrances that I am obsessed with that I don't like. To me, in the Eau Tendre, it's the musk. Editing Yulia here. It's also quince. Apparently, I really am not a quince lover. So, could we just really rename this?
Things I hate in perfumery.
Pear, quince, jasmine, and thirdly, musk. So I'm keeping all of these fragrances because they call to me. They're like, Yulie, wear me, and I do. And then I'm like, what the heck? Most perfumes have some version of musk in their base. Musk is something that most normal human beings enjoy, and when it's mixed properly. There are certain times when I love it and certain times when I don't. I do not love musk in this particular fragrance, the hair mist, and I'm keeping it because it won't quit me, or I can't quit it. Another perfume that I have that I cannot quit, this thing taunts me because I don't know when to wear it, is Noir by Versace. I don't know what language I'm speaking anymore or what I'm trying to affect. Oh gosh, I heard Mila LeBlanc go on and on about this. Also, I can't remember her name, Paul Char, yes? Lots of people went on and on about this being a gothic fragrance. You can tell from the bottle that the bottle is dark. And the thing with this is that I have the EDT, and there's this heated debate on the internet about whether the eau de toilette contains a note of coconut because it's not listed in the notes. I'm gonna solve that for you, okay? Right now, this is me solving that whole thing. I perceive coconut in the eau de toilette quite prominently, and so if it's not there, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts in my EDT, and if you don't, I'm really sorry. Anyway, the other prominent note in that one, to my nose, is a dark jasmine. Now, why did I buy this in the first place if I knew that? It's because I needed to know. I needed it. I still need it. I need it. The issue with this one, of course, to me, is that the coconut makes me think of warmer climates, but I'm going to say cloying, but you know that's not what I mean. The stick-to-itive property of the jasmine is what won't let me go. I don't understand why I like the jasmine in this, even though it is so pronounced. And let me say that maybe it's not that I like the jasmine in this, it intrigues me with the coconut. So there's a fragrance that I think about all the time. I go to wear it in the fall and I'm like,
no, that's not right.
I've worn it in the winter, no, that's right. I've worn it in the summer because that's when I got it, and it can choke people out. It's a very, very heavy, dark fragrance. So I don't know when this thing works. I'm gonna try it in the spring if it's ever spring. Do you see what I'm dealing with here? Do you think spring will come? Ugh, the year spring didn't come. Don't say stuff like that. That's horrible. So these are some of the perfumes that I cannot quit for some reason. I guess the last one, I guess I have a few of these, hey? I'm just not willing to let them go because they speak to me and I can't quit them. But there's something wrong with them. I know that Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi, I wanted it. I desperately wanted it. There were a few reasons that I wanted it. And what am I doing buying a fragrance called Jasmine anything, I ask you? What is that? I can't let this perfume go. It's a great deal. If you know, you know. I'm sure you do. This is one of those Middle Eastern fragrances that costs very little but gives you everything. The performance on this thing is wow. So what was I doing buying something called Jasmine Wisp? YouTube made me buy it, to be honest. So this is a fragrance that does not have jasmine listed, and I don't perceive jasmine, but I do perceive white flowers, which meh. It's the performance on this that I love, but also there's something about the smell in here, and I know that it's a fruity, like a passion fruit thing, and I'm not overly fond of that, but geez, I can't stop thinking about this perfume. I keep reaching for it, and then I keep reaching for it, and then I'm like, I think coconut confuses me. I think coconut confuses me when it's not in something like Holidays or Coco Vanille. I don't know when to wear coconut. I don't know. But I think about it all the time. So I'm very unsure as to why Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi won't leave me alone. But it won't. These are some of the fragrances that I cannot quit. They call to me. They want me. I want them! But when it comes down to it and I wear it, months of liking them, and then I'm like, what is this and why am I keeping it? And then I reach out and they please me, and I reach back, and then I go to declutter them. Not really, you know, I'm not capable of that kind of thing. Anyway, this is a list of fragrances that I cannot quit, and I own them, and they're going nowhere, and someday I will understand them. I talked in another video about fragrances that I don't like, but I'm gonna buy anyway. So this is my second part of my series of fragrances that I have that I don't like or that I don't understand and that are going nowhere because I can't quit them. Do you have in your collection fragrances that you don't like but that are going nowhere, and you know you're never going to get rid of them? I would love to hear about them. These are my fragrances that I know I don't understand, but I feel like I will. So there it is. I'm Yulia Graham. You're my scent brother, scent sister, my non-binary scent sibling. Thanks for hanging out with me for Perfume in my car. 2 and 10. Sorry, scooch, scooch. We'll see you in the next one.